guys, what's up? It's Lizzy Mathis here. Welcome back in the kitchen with me. It is holiday season and I am making one of my favorites today. It's practically a dessert, but yet we're using vegetables to make it. We are making a sweet potato casserole. This isn't just your ordinary sweet potato casserole. This is packed with all the sweetness, all the yumminess, but it's a vegetable. So if your kids eat it and they indulge, you should be still very excited and happy. This is something that you're gonna love. It's one of my childhood favorites. Come on in and let's make it. All right, so we're gonna start off with sweet potatoes. So what I've done already is I boiled about 6 sweet potatoes. They're about medium size. If you're gonna use the larger sweet potatoes, you can get away with using about 4. I boiled them for a little while just so the skin can get soft enough that you can just peel it off, and that's what we're gonna do. So we are just going to slice it down and just peel that skin right on off. And put them into our bowl. Now, you could also cube your sweet potatoes. It took me about, I wanna say a good 30 minutes for the sweet potatoes to get soft enough where I could take the skin off. You can also peel them and cube them. You can also roast your sweet potatoes. Just kind of forget about them in the oven a little bit, and you can use it that way too. When you roast, it gives you also a really nice roasted flavor to the dish. So that's actually a nice bonus. But it was just super easy to boil them. Leave them on the pot for a little bit. And you still just wanna get it soft enough where that skin just peels right on off. I remember the first time I had this recipe, I was a kid and I went over to my mom's friend's house and they were really close friends. So we always called her auntie. You remember, you know how all your mama's friends named her auntie? Because that's just how it is. So we went over to auntie's house and she made this recipe during the holidays. And I remember just asking my mom to get the recipe. Mom, can you please get this recipe? Mom, can you please get this recipe? It was so good. I remember just eating so much of it because I have a sweet tooth. I've always had a sweet tooth. So as a kid, I had a really big sweet tooth. And this tasted like a dessert that I could get away with eating all night long and no one could look sideways at me for it, right? They were like all happy I was eating it. So I love this recipe. I think it's really great. All right, so our sweet potatoes are in our bowl. We're gonna mash them just so they get nice and soft, just mashed in this bowl. And then we're gonna add some of our ingredients to this and mix them up. The great part about sweet potatoes is that they are a naturally really sweet vegetable. So you don't have to add too much, but we're just gonna enhance that naturally sweet flavor of the sweet potato. So we're gonna add a little bit of melted butter. Also gonna add vanilla extract. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. We're gonna add a little bit of evaporated milk. And we're also gonna add a mixture of cinnamon and pumpkin spice. You can make this with cinnamon year round. Pumpkin spice, come on. Pumpkin spice just screams holiday. So I love to add it. And now we're gonna crack a couple of eggs. I'm gonna lightly beat them and I'm gonna add that as well. We're gonna just add our egg mixture. Now, if you don't have a hand mixer, that's totally fine. You could just mix this all together. Hand mixer sometimes just makes it a little bit more creamy, which I like. But if you like your sweet potatoes to feel a little bit more lumpy, then just mix it with a whisk or mix it with a spoon, and it'll give you the same great results. All right, so I have buttered a baking dish. You could also spray a baking dish with coconut oil spray or canola oil spray. I like to use butter just because I think if I'm already baking and it's already indulgent, I might as well go all the way in. So we're gonna add our mixture to our buttered dish. Make sure to get all those sides. You don't wanna miss a beat here. So now we are just going to even out our mixture in our buttered dish. Just like if you were making a casserole, just gonna make it nice and smooth. And now comes the best part. So the main part of our dish, done. let's set this aside. Now we're gonna get into the good stuff, okay? So we're going to basically make our topping. Our topping is brown sugar, flour, butter, melted butter. You gotta do the butter. All right, now we're just gonna mix this up. You want it to get really crumbly. That's your goal. You're looking for this crumble to put on top of our sweet potato casserole over here. The flour helps to make it nice and like the little crumbles, that melted butter, and you just wanna mix until the flour goes away. You just wanna see brown sugar. Now this is not your diet food, so don't be on a diet looking at me. Crazy now. This is quick and tasty. Today we're not doing healthy and tasty. Today is quick and tasty. All right, we're gonna add in our pecans. We're gonna mix again. Is it pecan or pecan? I don't know. Pecan, tomato. Today we're using chopped pecans because no one wants a big old pecan in their mouth. It's just a chopped pecan. Makes the smaller, makes it good. All right, so I'm gonna get my fingers in here. We're gonna move this around. Now we are gonna bring our dish back front and center, and we're gonna spread our brown sugar and pecan topping mixture all over. This is the best part. When this starts to melt and all that brown sugar gives a nice like brown topping with pecans on top and that butter, my goodness. All of this just caramelizes together to give you just a really sweet, yummy topping, and you just wait for the final. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look how beautiful that looks already. Now, the best part. This is when you bring your kids in and you're like, hey, you wanna help mommy make something? This is it. Add your marshmallows to the top of this dish, spread them evenly over the top. I like to use mini marshmallows for this. If you don't have mini marshmallows, you can actually cut up your larger ones, or you can just put the larger ones on top. It works either way. Mini just makes me feel like I get more in like every little bite. All right, guys, I promise you will not be disappointed. This is gonna cook in the oven at 350 for about 35 minutes. Make sure you keep a close eye. When you see it brown on top, that's when you know you're good to go. All right. All right. 35 minutes later, look at this beautiful brown topping. It looks delicious, you guys. I cannot wait to just spoon in and taste a piece. Ooh, look at that. Let's just admire for a second the layers of this. Look at that beautiful sweet potato layer covered with that brown sugar, couple of nuts, and those marshmallows. My mouth is watering, y'all, just looking at it. It's still hot. It's a childhood favorite for a reason. Trust me, if you make nothing else sweet as a side dish for the holiday, promise me you at least try this. It's so good. Guys, make sure to check out all of the side dishes that we're creating for the holidays just for you. This is another one. This is gonna satisfy a little bit of that sweet tooth of yours during the holidays. And definitely make sure to check out our mac and cheese, our biscuits. We got some good stuff for you.